Alright guys, it's Pitasso here. Today we're gonna check out the Bitcoin chart. We're gonna jump into Ethereum as well. And we're also gonna check out one or two more altcoins that I think are forming interesting setups. But for now, it's super important for us to get our overall thesis right. Look at Bitcoin on a higher time frame. This is the weekly chart right now. And my most important level here is the 25,200, right? Or 300-ish, the 25,000 in general. That area is just super important. We can see that previously price rejected here, and well, we saw movements to the downside. Once we broke this level to the upside and retested it, guess what? Well, we saw more movements to the upside, right? And this is why my overall thesis is still rather bullish than bearish, to be honest. This would change if we accept below this level, right? Then definitely I'm turning into a perma bear. But right now I'm more bullish than bearish, to be honest. I don't care about this being the bull market really, or just a bear rally. This is a trading channel, right? And I'm gonna show you guys how to make money regardless of price action and what direction price moves. But another thing that we can see here is that this is a trend line that is acting as resistance, right? We see here again, movement to the downside, movement to the downside. And now can we expect a movement to the downside here? Well, I don't see any reason why not, to be honest, right? And you might not like to hear that, but that's just how it is. This is another trend line, right, that is acting as support, and now you can see that we are forming some kind of channel here, right, or wedge if you want to call it like that. And the question is, are we gonna continue this, right? Are we gonna continue this channel? And yeah, also here, why not? What is the reason for this not continuing, right? In my opinion, and that's just how I work, is that the trend is your friend until the very end, right? So I rather go with the probabilities of this right now being resistance. That's why I'm position short, and I can show you guys also in a little bit my short positions and why I'm short. That doesn't mean that I'm super bearish here, right? Because still, and we can switch to another time frame. Let's look at the 3 daily. As you can tell, right, I like starting on the weekly and then I'm working my way down. There's other levels that are interesting. This one is one. Then we got this one over here, which is like the 28,500 level, just super important. Always acted as support here in the previous bull, right? We see that. So yeah, this one is super important, and we broke this level successfully here, obviously. Also the 31,700, 31,800, super important one, maybe the most important one right now, because it's like the closest level, right, to our current price action. And we can see here, this was resistance, okay? This was resistance, we broke it. Now, can we see a bullish retest? Well, why not, to be honest? But as long as we can hold that, I expect more upside. And right now, and this is just me being careful and saying this is the bull market. Right now I have a price target if we see more upside. Yeah, it's a big if, we don't know, but my price target here would be this area, right? 40 to 41.5 K range. I think if we move in there, to be honest, you guys should be cautious, right? Even if we see something like this, this is where you should be cautious, right? We can also go there from here, right? I don't think so right now, but could be. Why being cautious there? Well, we see here, right, every time we went in there in the past, this is strong resistance. So until this doesn't get flipped, right, I expect this to act as resistance. So I think if you're holding spots, if you are trading actively, if you're having swings open from lower maybe, right, then this is not a bad point to take profits. And I'm not saying you need to fully close your positions, but I'm definitely gonna take profits in here if we get there. All right, so why am I short right now? We can check out the BTC chart, current price action. So this is the 4-hourly chart. we can see that we are still in a clear uptrend here. And this is still respected, right? We haven't broken this yet. In fact, we just tested it with this wick again. So that's super interesting. And we see this gray box, right? Which is horizontal resistance here. We can see that we have been rejecting off here. And well, I don't like to see that this is forming lower highs here, right? Overall, not what you want to see if you're bullish here. At least in the short term, right? I'm talking about having some day trades. I'm not talking about big swing positions right now. And I can show you why I'm short. We jump into the 1 hour chart, and then I can show you exactly why I'm short, in a short position here. Well, we see that gray box, as I said. This is where I opened my short at 37.4, 37.500. You can also see that here in my BitGet account that I'm not just drawing those things, I'm actually trading those, of course. Bitcoin short here and ETH short there. I'm not trading huge amounts because we are still in an overall uptrend, so I'm careful shorting. Going against the trend is always risky, so yeah, I went like 30% of the position sizes I would usually use here. But with that being said, why did I open that short? Well, I told you that we have that gray box as resistance. And this was my confluence here. We have a bearish divergence, right? Here, price increases and momentum decreases. Well, that was a nice confluence. And I also posted that on Twitter or X here on my channel, Crypto, and then Pitasso, right? Here you see my name. Just follow me there if you want to see all my trades, and I give signals there. As you can tell here, I said here I added to my short position. And yeah, I usually do that right after I actually open positions. So also here, I said when I actually started my positions, and now you can obviously tell that this trade is playing out right now. It's one of many, but since this is my first video here, it's also going to be the first trade that you see. Why I did it, I think it's a no-brainer one. If we open up our Monday range now, we're right now below the Monday low. If all those things here, Monday low, bearish divergence, and all those things are still like terms that you have no idea what they really mean, don't you worry. In the future, I'm gonna make more educational videos here as well. But for the ones who know all about all those terms, well, I'm gonna show you how to use those tools, right? Knowing those is one thing, but actually like using them and making money is another. So yeah, that's why I'm short here on BTC. We can jump into ETH. Because I'm also in an ETH short position as of now. I just took minor profits of both positions. We can see here ETH overall picture, same thing, right? I mean, you can't ignore that, right? We are right now here at big resistance. And anybody who tells you otherwise is just blind, right? And has no idea. This is resistance. I mean, can't get way clearer, right? We see it here. We see it here. This is resistance. So until this level isn't flipped, and this is like here the, 2130 level, 2140 level, until that's not flipped, I don't see no reason to be like super bullish on ETH, right? Everybody here was screaming like that ETH is gonna go higher and higher. Well, good luck. You guys are trapped right now. Like, I'm not bearish on ETH. Please don't get me wrong, guys. But I mean, it's just a little bit of common sense. If you see, wow, last time we touched this level, we saw major downside movement. Well, okay, next time we're gonna touch this level, I'm not gonna be like the absolute bull, right? I see what happened before, right? So, well, if we see something like this, I'm not surprised either. However, again, I'm not bearish at the moment, and I just want to show you why I open certain trades. We're still in an uptrend here, so I can definitely see ETH going higher too, right? But I want to see it before I believe it. So that's just how I work and how I trade. I really don't have bias, really. I'm just going by what I see, and I really hope that you guys can take something away from how I think about this. So on the shorter time frame, here 1 hour time frame, you can see why I'm short ETH. This level here, right, on ETH, like it's the 2030 level, $2030 level, was acting as support. Then I said, once we broke this to the downside, I said, all right, next time we're gonna test it from below, this is gonna be a bearish retest, right? Well, this is not how the majority of people thinks. Most of people yesterday on X went long when price was here. What I did is I waited a little bit. We got this retest here and I went short around this level, right? And well, look where we are now. And also here, I'm not saying that we can't go up from here, but now this level here, 1995, is definitely going to act as resistance. It did before, right? So if we don't go right lower from here to around $1,900, then we might see a bearish retest here, right, and go lower, or we might flip this level and go higher, right? But I'm happy to be in shorts right now, because also here we see lower highs. This is a downtrend here. I don't like that, right? That just looks ugly. It's not what you want to see if you're immediate short-term bullish here. Also, if we check the 4-hourly time frame here on ETH, right? Let me clear that out. There's some levels that are interesting to me if we sweep them. Like if we sweep this area here, right? If we come lower and we sweep this, well, that's interesting. Here, like 1860, definitely interesting. Or even this one here, right? Around, what is it, 70, 80. That's an interesting level. If we can get some momentum here, or just like quick wicks in there, well, I'm gonna step in and get some day trades or some scalps. But yeah, as of now, that's really what I got on ETH. We can jump into alts, into other alts. Quick, I want to show you the total two. So total two is like the whole market caps combined, like all coins and token except BTC. So basically all altcoins. And here we can see that a clear range is forming on the daily, right? We see here the lower range always acted as support, right? Clear support, clear support, clear support. So next time price gets there, you know what to do. If we stay here, well, this is the time to buy alts. But right now we are not at support, right? We are at resistance, and we see maybe that this is a bear deviation, meaning price broke out. Everybody got bullish here. Everybody's trapped now. We went lower. Now I want to see what happens here. Above the blue level, because we see a bunch of wicks here, right? Indicating that so far price didn't break lower, okay? If we stay above the blue level, well, I expect alts to still have some more room and some more gas in the tank. But if we break below the blue level, I would be very cautious about alts then, because you can see below the blue level, well, that's not the place to buy alts here. Hey, below the blue level, you can see move to downside, move to the downside, move to the downside, okay? Here also, all right? So, below the blue level, I'd be careful, right? Just really know that I'm right now not looking to yet step in and buy. But if we touch this blue line here, if we get around this area, right, this might be a zone where I might look to load a little bit on alts, depending on how BTC and ETH also react. Two alt setups that I really like is one Arbitrum, beautiful setup in my opinion. We have this huge downtrend that we broke to the upside, and now this could be a bullish retest, to be honest, right? This could be a bullish retest. Price never or rarely goes up like this, right? Usually we see pullbacks, right? Pullbacks and another leg, pullback. So also here, I'm not bearish if we see this. I just want to see the next leg then, right? I just want to see the next leg. So yeah, here, Arbitrum, you can basically see my setup. All those 3 white lines are my TPs. So this would be zones where I would look to take profits. The gray area is super important for me. We see here previously this was support. We see wicks in there. If we are below, then it acts as resistance. So right now I want to see it acting as support again. And yeah, who knows? Maybe I'm missing the setup right now, and maybe those wicks were all that we got. But I'm a little careful here. I still expect this to get filled around the monthly open, and then maybe we see the move to the upside. And please don't get me wrong, if we get this movement and we don't get this impulse to the upside but go down, well, I'm gonna close my trade if I see that this is really not catching any momentum, right? That's all good. But interesting setup. Arbitrum to me looks beautiful. Nobody's talking about it. On top of that, the $1 level here, right? So all this here, which is like around the $1 level, is definitely also psychological, just an interesting zone to buy. I just see that ETH catches some momentum here. That's nice to see. Obviously, I'm happy that I took some profits off the table. I'm not too worried about the trades itself. This here could be right now a bearish retest of my white horizontal line on Bitcoin. But who knows? We can also go higher from here, right? That's all good too. So the other altcoin that I think is super interesting is Sushi. Why Sushi? You might say, well, Pitasso, that token just looks like shit, right? We have like a downtrend for forever, really. Well, I agree, but if we jump on our 3 daily chart here, we zoom a little bit in, we see that there's actually a super interesting range that we previously were forming and that we're entering right now. So you would agree with me probably that this is a range, eh? So we could play ping pong here, to be honest. Once we broke this range to the downside, well, we saw lower, right? And now what do we see? Well, we broke into this range. And this could be the retest of the range. And well, that's the reason why I'm saying Sushi, just incredibly beautiful chart to me at the moment. Because we see every time we are at the lower end of this range, we see movements to the upside. And that's what I'm expecting here, as long as we can hold it, right? So my setup here is simple. And I already bought some Sushi, right? Around 93, 94 cent level. But I'm willing to add if we get there again. My setup is really this. I hate when it happens. Okay. We see here, right? My stop loss somewhere below the wick. And my target is here, the upper range. I would definitely, and please know that if I talk about targets, I'm not saying that I would wait until we hit this year. Well, mid-range is definitely a level where I would also take profits. As we can see, this has acted as resistance and support in the past as well. So the mid-range definitely a point where I would take profits. So right now, as long as we can hold this lower range, I'm expecting higher, to be honest. Okay, I'm expecting higher. Doesn't mean that in the immediate short term we go lower, right? But as long as we can hold it, I expect higher. If for whatever reason, and obviously that's on the table, we break below, and not just a wick, because you see here are wicks too. If we break lower and accept lower, right? Well, I'm gonna close manually, because then I expect lower, right? So this is really it for today. I hope this gave you some value. You got something out of this video. I'm definitely gonna make some educational videos in the future too. Generally speaking, this is obviously the first video on this channel here. If you liked it, give it a like, right? Also write in the comments what coins and tokens you want me to analyze next. I'm gonna make videos several times a week from now on, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, and if you want the current updates and well, everything I'm actually doing on a regular basis, like whenever I open trades, just follow me here on Twitter. Small account still, but I'm sharing here whenever I open trades, close trades, take profits. So this is gonna be definitely something you don't want to miss out on. if you're looking to make money, regardless where price goes, right? So that was it. I'm out. Pete Tasso. Have a great day. Bye-bye.